This is a beautiful simcha, and it's a tribute to all ours that are part of the Agudah Israel of Long Island. And its success is largely the credit of our hard-working dinner chairman, Reb Chaim Kiss, and our guests of honor, Yuki and Sarah Roth.
Good evening. As a member of the Agudah, I'd like to wish the Agudah a lot of success. It should keep on growing more and more every single year. I'd like to especially give a special thanks and congratulations to the guest of honor tonight, Yuki Roth and Mrs. Roth. Lots of luck.
What about the children?
Right, and the children, may they be zeichet to be the guest of honors one day in Agudah. I'd like to wish a special congratulations to a good friend of mine, Mr. and Mrs. Chaim and Sarah Kiss. They're doing a wonderful job on this dinner tonight, and may they be the guest of honor one year. Lots of luck.
Agudah, I'm very delighted in being honored to accept being the chairman of tonight's evening of the Agudah Yisrael. I'm a newcomer in this neighborhood, and I feel very proud of doing something for the Klal. And I wish Mr. and Mrs. Eliakim Roth all the... And it's really nice having such wonderful people here, and I just hope the Agudah Yisrael Long Island just keeps growing and growing. Have a good evening. Thank you.
Can't imagine that they're actually taping this. I feel terrific. It's so nice to see friends and relatives. I hope I'm there at all of their simchas. Thank you very much.
I'm very honored to be at the dinner of Yuki Roth, and I hope the Agudah will have a success.
Good Vach, Yuki and Sarah. It's a pleasure for Lila and myself to be here tonight. I get a lot of when my dear brother-in-law Yuki receives these honors, and it's a pleasure to participate in honoring you. You certainly deserve it. And of course, we hope to have many, many, many more simchas together, and we should have nachas from you.
Hi, Yuki, Mazel Tov. It's great being here. Good to see that people appreciate you as much as we do. We love you.
Mazel Tov, Sarah and Yuki. It's a pleasure to be at your dinner. You deserve this honor. Mazel Tov, Mom. You have lots of nachas from all of us. Mazel Tov.
I'm not going to be left out to give Mazel Tov to Yuki and Sarah. Have a lot of nachas, and I want to go out for a very happy occasion very soon. As a matter of fact, too.
Mazel Tov, and you'll hear my words of wisdom in the next couple of minutes, so I won't take up the video time.
To dear Sarah and Yuki, Mazel Tov, only on wonderful occasion and simchas. My love to you both.
It's wonderful to partake in this wonderful simcha. Hat schon helfen, da lob ma sach naches, von dir, von der ganzen Mischpuche, dass wir zusammenkommen auf simchas, einen beim anderen.
This thing happened to us to honor Mr. and Mrs. Roth, greatest couple in the 5 towns. I sincerely think they deserve the best of everything. Beautiful family and all. Keep it up. Let us have a great time. Enjoy yourselves. Thank you. Good evening.
Hi, it's a pleasure to be here this evening at the annual Agudah dinner honoring Mr. and Mrs. Yuki Roth. It's so nice to be here. And right here on my right hand is Mr. Good. He only wants to get in. Is Mr. Agudah himself, Pesach David Schoenfeld. He's the man instrumental in making the Agudah, putting it on the map and making it a real success. Say something. That's enough, Mr. Schoenfeld. You've said plenty.
Thank you. Thank you, Kalman Spawn. Let's have a big hand for Kalman Spawn. It is good to see such a large turnout of our Chaverim at this function. Chashav guests, Chashav Rav, and Chaverim. This coming week, we begin reading Vayakel Pekudei. Vayakel means assembling. As a matter of fact, there is a mitzvah of Hakel, where Klal Yisrael was required to assemble once in 7 years in Yerushalayim to hear the Torah. It is no coincidence that in the week of Vayakel Pekudei, we are assembling here tonight to hear Divrei Torah, Chizuk, and Avdos. We have here in our community a chashuv young man, Mr. Aryeh Roth. I don't know Mr. Roth personally, however, being that Bara Kara D'Avua, we know our distinguished guest of honor, I assume that his son is equally chashuv. Mara V'Ravoisai, Mr. Aryeh Roth.
I'd like to share with the Olam a story I once heard about this famous Rav, a city. Every week when he got up to say his drasha, so he'd get up from his seat, get up to the bima. From the time they got up to the bima until he finished his speech was 10 minutes. This went on for week after week, month after month, year after year, until finally one week pandemonium broke out. What happened? The Rav spoke for 30 minutes. The whole island was curious to know the reason for this occurrence. So one of the Balabatim was not only curious enough, but was courageous enough to go to the Rav and ask him what happened. So the Balabas went over and he said, Rebbe, what happened? Every week we know that when you get up to the bima, from the time you get up to the bima till you sit down, it's 10 minutes. What happened? So he says, I'll tell you what happened, Yankov. Every week when I come to shul is my time that I have to prepare for the drasha. This week I happen to be away. Normally it takes me 10 minutes to walk from my house to the shul. But this week my Rebbe was away. I stayed at somebody else's house, and where they lived was 30 minutes. So this week it took 30 minutes. The other one doesn't have to worry that I'll be up here too long because I go along with the same ashkafa as this road. However long it takes to walk from the house to the shul, that's how long I'm going to talk. And as everybody knows, it's not too long of a walk from the house. The Gemara in Kedushin on Daf Ches on the days asks the question, well, where do we know a father has a chiyuv, an obligation, to be melamed Torah l'bnoi, to teach his son Torah? The Gemara brings the pasuk in Dvarim Parshas Ekev of L'madatem Oisam Es B'neichem. So the Pnei Yeshua asks, why does it bring the pasuk of L'madatem Oisam Es B'neichem? There's another pasuk of V'shinantum L'vanecha, which is in Parshas V'Eschan, and it precedes the pasuk of L'madatem Oisam Es B'neichem. So the Pnei Yeshua answers that V'shinantum L'vanecha is not referring to sons, but is referring to Talmidim, students. As Rashi in Chumash says, V'shinatum l'vanecha elu hatalmidim. So, and he also brings rayas to the rayas to this that says that Talmidim can be called banim. I heard that the Skulena Rebbe Zatzal wondered, why is it that the first pasuk refers to Talmidim, students, and the second pasuk refers to the pasuk of the Shinat L'vanecha is it would seem that the chiyuv a person has is to teach his own sons, to worry about the chiyuv, the chinuch of his own family before teaching others. Therefore, logically, the Torah should tell us first about teaching one's own sons, and afterwards teaching others. The Skolena Rebbe explained this with a Yisai. The pasuk of Limadat Moisam Es B'nechem obligates the parent to use all efforts possible to instill in their children Torah and Yiras Shamayim, and that their values should be based on Torah and Chesed. There must be a constant reviewing of these ideals and values. There is no time when one may feel that his chiyuv is finished and that he is completely fulfilled with this job. But with all this effort, there is still no guarantee of success. As we unfortunately see children going their own way, even though great effort has been made being mechanechem. A special siyata d'shmaya is necessary even after all the chinuch to ensure follow the way shown to them. What can one do to be zocheh to the siyata d'shmaya? HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, one who takes care of my children, I will take care of his children. If one worries about the Yiddishkeit of others, if he is Eisik in Tzarchei Tzibur, if he is Machzik Torah, and he's involved with institutions of Torah and Chesed, then he will be Zocheh to this Siyata D'Shmaya, to his own family. This is why the Torah tells us first about teaching others, and then tells us about teaching our own family. Because if one wants his family to follow in his example of living a life of Torah and Chesed, he must involve himself with the needs of others. Baruch Hashem, I've been zocheh to see this hanhaga by my parents, as they have always combined their efforts inside and outside the home. The chinuch in our home has been one of teaching by setting an example both in Bein Adam L'Makom and Bein Adam L'Chavera. And their efforts for others is widely known. That being constantly Eisik in Tzarchei Tzibur is showing true concern for the needs of others both in Ruchnius and Gashmius. I would therefore like to be mevarach them that they should have continued success in their work for the Klal, and they should be zocheh to see in their own children following their lofty example.
Have a hand. Shh, may I have your attention, please? In choosing a place to daven, there are many things to consider. First of all, who is the Rav? What type of person is he? And what are his qualifications? Baruch Hashem, I can sincerely verify that our Mora D'Asra, Rabbi Nissan Alpert, has not only the qualifications and experience, but he also has the personality and warmth to make everyone feel comfortable and relaxed. Our Rav is not satisfied with just having daily minyanim and shiurim, but through his examples instills in us a perspective of caring and concern for our fellow Jew. He is concerned about the learning of Torah as well as the progress in midas and hashkafa. He truly looks upon them and treats them with the same care and guidance as he does his own children. Morai Rabbi Al Yasra, Rabbi Nissan Alpert.
Shkoyach Reb Chaim. Rav Rov, so he laid down a rule, cardinal rule, that the Rav should speak the length of time that it takes him to come to the place from where he speaks from. I want to tell you, I'm from the east side. My friends, we have a long journey to travel, and the provisions are few. This is what our sages always worried about. And in the Sedra, which we read this week, so the Medrash that Moshe Rabbeinu was worried about what place he will occupy in Klal Yisrael. It says, V'chein Moshe lo matoiro li Yisrael, v'idrichom le mitzvahs, v'nosalem sidrei toiro, parshiyoi shekoirem bem b'chol Shabbos, u'b'chol chodesh v'chodesh, u'b'chol moyed, v'imazkirem oisoi b'chol parsho u'parsho. Moshe Rabbeinu was not worried about Chol HaTorah Kula. In every parsha, it's Vaydaber Hashem al Moshe Leiman. His name will be mentioned. Ubi Parsha Shkolim, that's the Sedra that we read this week. Omar Moshe Lefnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu, V'boine Shaloilo, Mishani Meis Einani Nizker. When I will die, my name will be forgotten. In this parsha, Moshe Rabbeinu was worried more so than any other parsha from the Torah. And the Rabbeinu Shalom told him, he reassured him, you don't have to worry about it. Your name will be mentioned in this parsha too. Now, why was Moshe Rabbeinu worried that his name will be omitted in the parsha of Shkolim? In every parsha, yes, but not in the parsha of Shkolim. Klal Yisrael goes through many stages. We have a whole cycle. Sometimes we reach the greatest heights. Nimshul Elikachavim. Sometimes we fall down into the deepest depth. And Moshe Rabbeinu, he was the one who lifted them up. The Egel Azov was a terrible, terrible tragedy in Klal Yisrael. Klal Yisrael has sunk low, and Moshe Rabbeinu grappled with it, and he lifted up the heads of Klal Yisrael. They were downcast, the heads were down, they lost hope, they were discouraged, and Moshe Rabbeinu lifted them up. He lifted them up by giving them Musa, by not minimizing the chet. He demanded, he rebuked them, but at the same time he was mispalel to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. He was convinced that Klal Yisrael, the neshama of Klal Yisrael, is pure and holy and attached to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And he brought them around a whole doyer, a whole generation who did tshuva. There was no doyer like the doyer Hamidbar, an entire generation that did tshuva. And he reverted them that their hearts would be nidva slave. They set about to build a mishkan and to bring down the Shechinah in Klal Yisrael. But Moshe Rabbeinu was worried. Mishani meis einani nizkar. What's going to happen when I die? What's going to happen? Who's going to lift them up again? Who will... These things happen, they reappear in certain places, in certain continents. When it came to the parsha of Kisiso es Roish Bnei Yisrael, he says, yes, when I'm alive, I was able to bring them back, I was able to inspire them, I was able to move them to build a Beis HaMikdash, to build a Mokim of Shechinah, but Mishani Meis Einani Nizkar. And the Rabbeinu Shalom said, don't worry, Moshe Rabbeinu. Shato imed achsho v'noislem parsha shkolim v'ato zoykef es roishon kach b'chol shona v'shona shekoyrem os lefonai kilo ato imed shom b'yisesho v'zoykef es roishon. Just like at the present time, you are giving them the parsha shkolim and you're lifting up their heads. So every year, whenever they will read the Sedra before me, it's as if you are there lifting up their heads. Minayin, how do we know this? Mimashekoro beinyan vaydaber Hashem al Moshe Leimer kisiso es roish so es roish lo inema elo kisiso. It does so es roish. Lift up the heads, count them, but kisisa, you will be lifting up the heads. You will take in count of Klal Yisrael at all generations. HaKadosh Baruch Hu reassured Moshe Rabbeinu that he imbued them with a love of Torah, with a love of Klal Yisrael, with a love for HaKadosh Baruch Hu that's lasting and enduring. And even when there will be no Moshe Rabbeinu, but that inspiration and that Ahava will exist in each and every Jew. And there will always be those who will the achrayas and the responsibility to keep the flame, the Ahava, which exists, this bond which exists between HaKadosh Baruch Hu and Klal Yisrael, that this bond will flourish, this bond will be strengthened. And that's the Machzis HaShekel, where each and every one of us collectively are called upon to do the work of Moshe Rabbeinu, because Moshe is a Yisrael and Yisrael is a Moshe. Now at this dinner of the Agudah Yisrael, we are honoring a person who comes from a mishpoche from those days where many, many parents probably ask themselves, what's going to happen to the children? There were no yeshivas, there were no Beis Yankivs. What's going to happen now when we have the children in the house, at our table, they follow, they say a broche, they go to shul, they put on tefillin. What is going to happen? Mishani meis einani nisko. But apparently and obviously, that mishpoche, they were zeiche to inspire at a time when it wasn't easy to inspire, when it wasn't easy to fight against the stream of hefkeres, of anarchy, of ignorance, of amaratzes, and we're able to inspire in the children. This goes both for Rabbi Yokim Roth and for Sarah Roth, to give in them anavas HaTorah, and Rabbi Yokim has the best of both worlds. He still comes from the world of Williamsburg and Crown Heights and the Shtiblach, but he went to Yeshivas Rabbeinu Yitzchak Elchanan, but he was caught, and he has that flame and that responsibility to do as his son said, the Vishinantam Livanecha, the achrayas for Klal Yisrael, comes first and foremost. And whatever he does is not a one-time thing. It's a continuous thing, and that's a gewaldige thing. Todir v'sheinu todir, todir koidem. I am especially thankful to Rabbi Yokim for all the things that he has done for me and for my family, his service, and his service to the shul. He was from the early Talmidim. It's already more than 4 years, and he didn't miss a shir. If he missed a shir because it was an oines, he possibly couldn't come. He's there in the weekday shurim, he's there in the Shabbos shir, he's in the special shurim, he's in the Chumash shurim, and with this he's joined by his wife Sarah. She comes to the special shurim. And I want to tell you, it's maybe probably every person has a little bit of shoichat. It says v'shoichat le'sikach. But when after a shir, and Sarah tells me, Rabbi, you were superb, you know how I feel. I tell her, don't stop there. Keep on going. And she knows, and she understands, and she repeats. So this is the type of mishpoche. This is these people that our shul and our chevre thrives and Klal Yisrael exists. These are the stick-to-itiveness that have that enduring value, the lasting power. It's toder v'sheinu toder koidem. And whatever Rabbi Yokim does, he does it with zrizes, with diligence. You know, he has served at the shul in many, many capacities. and is a charming fellow. I know he charmed me. And he is a person who will tell you the truth, the way he thinks or what he thinks the truth is. He could be brutally frank. I wish he would lie to me. But he could be very, very complimentary and appreciative. And for that, I appreciate very much the friendship and the graciousness of the Roth family and the Achnos HaSorchim, which they have shown to me and to my family. So therefore, at this particular occasion, when already the time is coming, person is already thinking maybe of limiting business activities, so I wish Rabbi Yochim and Sarah, they should go Yelcho Mechayel El Choyel. They live into your business activities, but the activities for Torah, for our shul, for our chevre, for Klal Yisrael, they will go Mechayel El Choyel, and you should be Zoiche to have a lot of nachas from your wonderful children and from your grandchildren, and ad meir of Esrim Shona Koi Lechoy.
Thank you. Mati? Okay. Our next speaker, Zvi? May I have your attention, please? Isaac? The person who is an Isa, that is, he does. A bigger madrega is a ma'isa, he who causes others to do good, to do mitzvahs. Our friend Mr. Tzvi Gastworth is both an Isa and a ma'isa. He himself does for the shul and also gets others involved, in particular myself, for which I am makar tov to him. At the same time, I would like to express my appreciation to Mr. Moshe Hurt for the very same reason. And now, gentlemen, Mr. Tzvi Gastworth.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Our dear Rav Shlita, our dear guests of honor, my fellow Chaverim and friends. There are three basic ingredients which are required to make an enjoyable dinner. The first is a very hard-working dinner chairman, and we certainly have that this evening in Reb Chaim Kiss. The second is a very popular guest of honor, and we certainly have that this evening as well in Yuki and Sarah Roth. And the third is a very brief speech program, and you certainly will believe it when you see it. All of us have come here this evening relaxed, well, most of us have anyway, expecting to enjoy a well-prepared and a glittering banquet. And perhaps I say this after the fact, for it certainly is that. For the last 2 months, Chaim has spent long hours planning the details of this dinner, making the phone calls, the personal contacts, and experiencing the normal frustrations of a dinner chairman, but hoping that when all is said and done, that it will end up as he planned it, short and sweet. His sole reward for his dedicated efforts is your gratification. I am very pleased to inform you that as beautiful as this simcha is, so has it been most successful. On behalf of all of us, I'd like to extend a very heartzik and yashikayach to Chaim and to his wife, who supported all of his efforts. And b'schus the beautiful simcha that he prepared for all of us, may you be zeicha to celebrate many of your own simchas, and may we be zeicha to share them with you. Thank you very much. In the past year, our shul functioned through thick and through thin, largely through the efforts of a select group of chaverim who have made it and who have found a reserve of energy, and some will say have had the courage to be Isaac b'tzarchei tzibur on our behalf. I would like to express our appreciation to them at this time. Reishis Kol, to our Rav Shlita for all of his efforts on our behalf. To our president and my partner and good friend, Rav Moshe Hirth. To our Gabayim, Rav Chaim Baruch Schenker and Mati Klein, and Yitzchak Schreiber and Moshe Schwartz. And of course, to our, for all seasons and for all occasions, Rav Pesach David Schoenfeld. Nobody prepares a Shalushudis with the Hislavas of Rabbi Yossi Sporn, assisted this year by Shaul Katz and Nehemiah Zweig. To our treasurers who maintained our financial liquidity throughout the entire year, Reb Hershel Geffen and Yeri Wiener. And to our recording secretary, I didn't forget you, Alpert. To our Pirchei leader, Shimon Spawn, and to his advisor, Reb Shimon Zweig. To our Magid Shiurim, in addition to our Rav Shmuel Blum, Reb Yisrael David Glick. The Yamim Nerayim are difficult days for all of us, and particularly so for our Balei Tefillah, who consume an exorbitant amount of energy, both physical and emotional, as they carry us through these days. A heartzik and yashikayak to our Baal Musav, Reb Naftali Hirschfeld, and to our Balei Shachris, Reb Yisrael David, myself included. And Achron Chaviv, to our Baal Tekeya, Reb Moshe Hirth, thank you to you all. Each one of us selects a road in life in which we seek out personal satisfaction. There is a very rare breed of us who seeks personal fulfillment by way of involvement with the tzibur. As we focus our attention to Yuki and Sarah, we clearly identify that very rare and special quality with our guests of honor. If one would enter our shul for the first time and look in the direction of Yuki, one would certainly ponder the thought, is Yuki our president? On a different occasion, one may wonder, is Yuki our Gabbai? Yuki is so übergegeben to our shul that he invariably wears many different hats throughout the year, depending on our shul's immediate needs. Guided by an understanding that an organization is not run by itself, and driven by a correct and a perfect manner, Yuki is always fast to anticipate our shul's needs and fast to act on our behalf. So I ask you, what do you do to an individual who is so dedicated to our shul and means so very much to us all? Naturally, you make him your guest of honor. For years, we have been grooming Yuki and Sarah to be our guests of honor. And now that this evening is here, their honor is really ours. Yuki, I'd like you to please come forward as I make this presentation to you on behalf of the Agudah Israel of Long Island. Don't look, Yuki. Come to this side first. Yuki, You asked us not to present you with the plaque, and since we agreed, we will ask you to return this plaque to. Since your heart has always been in our shul, so will this plaque remain in our shul, for it bears the name of your father, Olav Shalom. Those who daven in our shul know that every Zayin Adar we begin anew the cycle where nearly 60 of us learn the Shisha Sidrei Mishnah. These names will now also appear on this plaque. And as the letters in the word Mishnah are the same as the letters in the word Neshama, so should their learning continually be a skula le'iloi the Neshama of Rab Simcha ben Rab Pinchas. The inscription reads as follows. Chaver Mishnayis, the basic Knesses, Agudah Yisrael, the Long Island, the Maskeres Netzach, the Neshamas, Rab Simcha ben Rab Pinchas Rat, Olav Shalom. Ela Yamdu ala Bracha, Shekibla Aleim, the same Shisha Sidrei Mishnah, Mugash Behokara, Vel Yakum Rat. Thank you very much, Yaki.
Thank you very much, Tzvi. The plaque is very beautiful. I now know where you got the information as to what to do in my honor. I thank my wife very much. I'm sure what's very dear to my heart. And I hope that Hashem will grant her good health, and that together, that she and I will see nachas from our children and grandchildren, and hope that all of you will be able to celebrate Simchas with us. Those that are here from my family, especially my mother is here. She came from Florida with my uncle, Uncle Fishel. And my Uncle Willie and my Aunt Miriam are here. Of course, my children. And many people are here who knew my father. And he's the measure by which our family lives. He was the example for me, for my sisters, for my brothers-in-law, and for all that knew him. He made time to learn. He had to work very hard, but he made time to learn. He learned with Yehuda, a little bit with Ari. We learned how to give tzedakah from him, and I'm very proud that you saw fit to honor him in our shul. I thank you very much. I came to live in this neighborhood about 13 years ago. When I came to Far Rockaway, I have a lot of friends in the area that were living here before me. They said to me, "Where are you going to daven?" I said, "Where do I daven all my life? Where was I brought up? Since I'm 8 years old. I daven in the Pirchei, I daven in the Tzirei. I heard there's an Agudah there, I'm going to go daven in the Agudah." "Hey, you better watch out for those guys over there. That's a tough bunch," they said. "Gotta watch out for them. Not friendly, whatever." It's 13 years. I've never had a day of unfriendliness. I was welcomed openly by all the people in the shul. I felt that it was an honor to serve the people in the shul. And every Shabbos and every shir that I attend, I'm very happy and I'm very pleased. And I thank you all for welcoming, even though I never did it before, for all these years in the shul. I also would like to thank the rabbi. I met the rabbi. I'll tell you how I came to meet the rabbi. We had a meeting one Sunday morning, and some of the younger members of the shul said that they had some problems about asking shilas and things of that nature, and that they thought that it was time to get a rabbi. And you know that I was one of those that said that we don't need a rabbi. So the meeting passed that we should have a rabbi, and they put me on the selection committee. And we went to look for a rabbi. I remember I came to the yeshiva and I sat down with the rabbi in a meeting room, and I spoke to him for about 10 minutes. And I came home and I said to Sarah, I says, that's the kind of rabbi we need in the Agudah. I must tell you, Rabbi, you said that you appreciated the Hachnosas Orchim. We appreciated your presence at our table. And since you've come to the shul, as far as and as far as my family is concerned, there has been a new breath of life and Torah in our midst. Not everybody here takes advantage of you, Rabbi, but I do. And so, when you give a special shir, or when you learn during the week, or when you learn Chumash, it's extra special for us. And we hope that you'll be able to continue doing this for us for many, many years. And we thank you very much for the kind words that you said to us tonight. I just want to tell one story. It's a story about a Malava Malka, and why I'm also pleased that the dinner in my honor and in Sarah's honor took place on a Shabbos night and not on a Sunday night like the rest of the dinners take place. Malava de Malka has a very important place in our family's heart. I'm going to tell you a story about my Zayda and Malava Malka. My Zayda, Rabbi Avraham Rabbi Eliezer HaKohen Zichron Livracha, was an officer in the Austrian army in the First World War. And I must tell you that in his entire life, he never missed a Sudas Malava de Malka. One day night, when he was in the army, he heard that in a nearby city, there was going to be a Malava de Malka. So instead of having his Suda in the camp, he left AWOL and went to this city to have the Sudas Malava Malka, and he was there. And he had his Suda, and when he came back, he found that they shipped out his entire outfit to the front lines in France, where they probably all perished. And he remained alive, and of course he stayed alive, and we are all here because of the fact that his life was saved. And so there are people in our family to this that have Malava Malka every Shabbos night, not only because he's supposed to have it, but in honor of my grandfather, whose life was saved because of this Malava Malka. So I'm happy, again, that this honor is being bestowed on me on a Shabbos night where we have a Sudas Malava Malka. I thank you all for coming. I thank all my family for coming. If I left anybody, and the chairman, I forgot about him. Yeah. This guy, Chaim, I want to tell you, I bothered him. I bothered his wife, Sarah. I appreciate all the work that they did. Beautiful affair, and I'm very happy that you were the chairman. I also want to say something about Tzvi and Moshe. I accepted this honor of a Malava Malka in my honor only because of them. The two young presidents of our shul are just terrific. They brought us over the hurdles. They brought us all together. And I really appreciate them. And I wish them lots of good luck and their families and mazel and nachas, because they really are the best that we ever had. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Eliakim Roth. What do I do? You want to do it?
You do it. Do it.
Thank you. Cliche that behind every great man, there certainly is a great woman. And certainly, Sarah has made a very rosy life for Rabbi Yaakov, and we'd like to present her with a bouquet of roses at this time.
Okay, as Mr. Tzvi says, we're just about wrapping up the program. Rabbi Sai, I would like to thank all of you for coming and making this evening a success. May you all have a kosher and Pesach, and we should all be zeicha to be mekabel b'nei Mashiach b'meheri b'yameinu amen. May you enjoy your meal right now.
Where'd you come from? Where do you come from? How far?
New Jersey.
From New Jersey. You came special for this party.
What part of New Jersey? What part of New Jersey?
Edison.
Edison, New Jersey.
5. Rabbi Pesach Raymond Yeshiva.
What do you like best about this party? The dancing? You like
I don't know.
You don't know?
She doesn't know. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I did all my speaking already. Thank you.
we're all proud to be here, and we're proud that they gave such a lovely plaque in honor of my father-in-law. We should be zeicher to have many simchas in the family and have much nachas from all of them.
Kisisa, Sarah, kisisa.
Do me a favor, shut him up after 2 minutes because he repeats himself.
No, I already spoke in the beginning of the dinner, but as this dinner keeps on going on and on, I see how fantastic this shimmer really is. I know he put all this together, and he really made a successful dinner out of it. I'm sure I don't only speak for myself, I speak for everybody at the table, but I'm going to let everybody express their own opinion themselves. Don't believe me when I say, listen to everybody else. First I'll hand over the mic to a good friend of mine, Barry Appel.
I don't even know who this guy is. But anyhow, what can I say after Yitz Adler speaks his words of wisdom? I'm going to pass it on to Isaac Schwartz. He's really got a lot to say.
A wise man knows when to be quiet. Jerry, sit down. This is not 2020. Talk to them. Jerry, Mazel Tov. Lots of nachas.
Anyways, we thank them all for their kind words. Thank you, Frank.
For a very long time, he'd like to express it right now. Put on the mic very loud, please.
He has to say about our friend here, Mr. Kiss, he's number one. Jags or no Jags, planes or no planes, he's the best.
Yoo-hoo! What can I tell you, people? It's a pleasure that everybody came here, and everybody has achdus here, and we heard Divrei Torah, we heard a guest of honor here. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what to tell you. I'm ending off this evening with a song. Thank you.
Should I speak now? This is from our table over here in honor. Who don't like drush. This is a very this is a very choshev table. I'm told here by Chaim Cohen tells me that due to his presence, this is the most choshev table in the place. Or should I say, despite his presence? And we all want to wish Rabbi Yuki and his wife a Aramim Vishanim and Nachasim, their children. I also want to point out that it was missed in all the speeches. No one spoke of Yuki's diplomacy and his ability to set people at ease. And on behalf of the Federation of Jewish Philanthropies and all other assorted organizations, and the Agudah Yisrael, and in Canada, the Council of Jewish Manpower, we want to wish them all the best. Shkoyach. You finished yet? Naftali? The pipe has something to say.
The former president. I just want to say the present presidents are good, but they are not as good as the past presidents.
Not the best.
They are not the best. Mr. Roth was a little taken aback, a little out of it. He really didn't mean what he was saying, and I apologize for him and for all the presidents that he may have insulted. And for my friend Rabbi Cohen, on behalf of my friend Rabbi Cohen, who spoke on behalf of the United Jewish Philanthropies of America and Canada, I want to tell you, Agudah Yisrael also wishes all of you a very happy and Freilich Purim and a very happy Pesach. And we want to now present Rabbi Yisrael Bloom, who was away for Shabbat and wants to tell us about his experience. Please, Rabbi Bloom.
Thank you, President Wolowitz.
Get the profile.
I see that I am sitting at a very chashuv table, a bunch of Chayanim, a Levi. The most chashuv, we have a former president at our table.
Once the president, always.
Okay, Mazel Tov, and we should all join in many simchas. Now I'd like to introduce the Vice President of Agudah Israel of America.
And Canada.
And Canada, Rabbi Shmuel Bloom.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Let's have a big hand for our dinner champ Kiss. Yeah, Ryan Kiss, ladies and gentlemen.
and Yuki. Miriam Felder, on behalf of this table, we want to wish you a mazel tov, and may you have many, many more simchas, and may we all share them. Thank you.
And Yuki, it is our pleasure to be here with you this evening and celebrate this beautiful Malava Malka. We are happy that you moved into our community, even though we didn't find you your house. But we didn't pick it either. So lots of luck and lots of nachas from your children and your families. Thank you.
Sarah, Yuki, we love you, and mazel tov, and keep on being honored. We'll try to make it. Mazel tov.
All together now.
Okay, you can have your prime rib will be your gift. Prime rib steak. And Mr. Rabbi Pesach David Schoenfeld has one our gift. Let's have a big hand. I don't even have to check the number, I believe you. By the way, I would like to thank, I didn't say it in my speech, but I would like to thank Mr. Gabe Adler and Mr. Barry Paul for helping me bring the plaque to Rockaway, five-town area. They helped me bring it. Let's have a hand. Look what we have here. 28.0 watts. MW, FM, SL, shortwave 1, shortwave 2, stereo cassette recorder. Model 1080. Whoa.
Yeah. Sarah.